Hi, I'm Chris from bikereview.com.au, and today I'm having a look at Ducati's Desert Sled. So this is one of their scrambler variants, one of the older scramblers. We've been waiting a while to get our hands on one of these just because they look awesome. That's definitely something which stands out for this bike. Obviously, it's got a much taller design, so it's got a nice tall front end. It's got really wide bars. It's designed for a little bit of soft off-roading. Obviously, that's more limited to fire trails, you know, unsealed roads, just a little bit of everything. However, in doing that, particularly standing up, because you can stand up on this thing really, really easily, and with the nice tall bars, it just works really, really well. The suspension is on the stiffer side. It's adjustable, so if you're doing a lot of off-road, you'd want to really soften this up. As it is, standing up, it handles this kind of track that we're on here. This has got so many, like, even sizable rocks that you've got to go over. Standing up does that with ease. I haven't changed the tire pressure, so that's something I probably should have considered before I came along here, but I've got another 70 Ks to go to get home on the tarmac, so that's a greater consideration for me today. The suspension is adjustable, so you do have that ability. And to me, it's just a good all-rounder. It's handled this fire trail really, really well. I actually wish it was a fair bit longer so I could have a proper explore and kind of test the limits of this bike a little bit more. But I mean, for what it's designed for, it has well and truly delivered. On the road is where it really stands out. It's got really, really nice handling, quite predictable, got quite a fast turn in, that twin engine. It's a really nice power plant. It's in the other scramblers. Really, really good, really easy to use. Obviously for commuting, it can be a little bit rough down low. It's got a very clunky gearbox. However, with that being said, very sure gear changes, so you know when you get into gear. Nice light lever action for the clutch. Also got, you know, quite good brake performance for that single front disc. We were doing some shots today and doing some, you know, high-speed runs past the camera. That was well capable of bringing this up. And while before I was kind of thinking, oh, a bit more braking performance, you know, would be good. After today, I don't really think so. I think it's just, you know, perfect the way it is. The rear brakes are quite good around town. There's a little bit of bite in them, so you can really use those to control what you're doing. Good on the dirt here as well. However, that being said, I mean, for this kind of conditions, it's just great to open up that throttle and go for it. The ABS does work quite well off-road. I've given that a couple of tests and been happy with it. Obviously getting a lot of feedback, but you know, it does its job, keeps everything in line. It's really good. Unlike most Ducatis, this isn't drenched in technology. To me, that's something that's really, really going for it. I really like the simple bike idea. And I mean, it's just done well with this. Again, looks really, really good. It's got the nice tail. It's got this cool seat. You can have a pillion on the back. It's going to be nice and comfortable for them. Being a nice twin, it's torquey, so it's going to be plenty powerful enough to take a second person on it. It's great for the freeway. You can cruise along. It quite happily cruises at 110. It's got lots more to give at that speed. I was really, really happy. Even though there's no wind protection, I could really easily cruise along at that speed or a fair bit higher. You got good vision through the mirrors. Nice simple single clock on the front there, which is a digital dash which shows everything you need. Again, really, really simple. Just overall, this bike is all about simplicity. And I think Ducati have done quite a good job. Like I said, the suspension, if I was doing this more, I would need to look at kind of adjusting within the adjustability to suit this. However, let's be honest, it's going to be a road bike. For most people, it's going to do a little bit of off-road duties, and for that, it's quite capable. These tires are nice. I really enjoy them. They're particularly good on the road. I'm not some super off-road rider, so I'm not going to delve into, you know, performance off-road of these tires. However, for what I do, they're doing the job. I was easily able to ride along here, you know, with quite a bit of pace, which I'm happy with, and I can push a little bit. So really, really impressed. It's a nice kind of option for doing those two different, quite different riding styles, and doing it all in the one package. So if you're considering one of the Ducati Scramblers, you're looking for something that's, you know, good off-road, just for a little bit, so, you know, like say 10% off-road, 90% on-road, this is definitely worth looking at. It's got a nice upright sitting position, so it's quite comfortable. Obviously on the freeway that counts against it a little bit, but not too much of a concern. Easily handles the freeway. It's nice and stable at freeway speeds. It's got plenty of power from that engine. And you know, it's just a really good package. So I definitely recommend trying one of these bikes out if this is the niche that you're interested in, because at the end of the day, you know, I think a lot of people would be quite impressed with this. Doesn't need traction control, doesn't need fancy ride modes, just does what it does and does it well, and it looks really cool. This bike looks awesome, and I think that's one of the big things going for it, and harks back to a simpler time. So don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can check out the full test on bikereview.com.au and let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you.